Juzo is just really like the Mercedes-Benz of compression garments.
Ryan Little.
Japan.
Hey, welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. My name is Joy Louise Hall and I have primary lymphedema. I have had it since I was maybe about 7 or 8. My family noticed that there was some swelling in my right ankle, and up until I was about 17 it was kind of I don't want to say dormant, but kind of like leveled and maintained. When I became 16, 17 years old, I started to see an increase in swelling, started having issues with wearing certain types of shoes. I couldn't wear Mary Jane's, pumps. My feet started to kind of puff out of the shoes, and it caused a lot of stress on my confidence when it came to how I dressed. But fast forward to 2022, and we're here now where I have learned to dress around my condition. But today's video is not about that. Today's video is about how to care for your compression garments, because they will only do for you if you do for them, if that makes sense. So we're talking about maintenance, day to day, how you put them on, how you take them off, that is another thing. And then also like how you wash them, where you store them, all of the things that you need to make them last as long as possible and to make them, we don't want to compromise the integrity of the garment. So before we get into that video, I want to apologize because it's been a minute since I've made a lymphedema focused video. But I am here today to talk to you about this because I am not seeing much content around caring for your garments. And I believe that is important. So before we get into the video, I want you to make sure that you subscribe, click the notification bell so that you don't miss a video from me, whether it's one of my fashion videos, one of my vlogs, or if it's a lymphedema focused video, you'll be able to catch me in all of those episodes. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So first, I want to talk about how to prevent pulling, snagging, tears, because if you're like me, you may be wearing your stockings on a daily basis, and that is a lot of essentially wear and tear. We don't want the tear part. So to prevent the tearing, we want to focus on obviously our nails. I switched over to press-on nails when I realized that I could treat my condition with compression stockings. Acrylic nails can tear your stockings. My press-on nails, I typically will wear over a weekend if I'm working on content, if I just want to feel girly, but most of the time I will do a gel manicure. Just keeping it real. Just because I know that I'm not going to damage my stockings. And if you guys see my iPad down here, I have my notes. That is a major thing. If your stockings begin to tear, you're definitely going to start to compromise the integrity of your stockings, and they're not going to work and compress as well as they would if they were in a better condition. Now, another thing I want to talk about, if your nails are just not a compromise for you, don't choose your nails over your compression. Juzo does create a donning glove that you can wear over your acrylic nails or just in general to assist in the rolling up of your compression stockings. So these are them. They remind me of like biker gloves, but it's sort of a gripping material on the inside. You can see and hear, and they really help with pulling up your stockings. They really do, especially getting it over the foot and the heel and then, slowly pulling them up. These really come in handy whether you're wearing the nails or not, but they are 100% necessary if you're going to wear your nails. So next, let's talk about cleaning your garments. Having clean garments and putting on clean garments every day is necessary. Thankfully, my condition is really only in one leg, so I can alternate a pair of stockings. They aren't cut for a specific left or right foot, so I can do that. And beyond being able to alternate, it is important to keep them clean. So sometimes I'll wear a sock over my compression garment if I'm wearing it in a shoe, or even if I'm just wearing it with my slippers around the house. I do have a cat. I don't like to collect cat hair on my compression stockings. Being able to keep them clean is so necessary. to maintaining the integrity of your stockings, but also it's just hygienic. Then if you're going to machine wash your compression stockings and put them in a dryer, I definitely recommend having a lingerie bag or a laundry bag to do that with. So mine looks like this, and it is a simple, lingerie bag that I can keep my garments in when I'm cleaning them, especially if I'm washing them with other items. I do that sometimes, although it's not recommended. I'm typically washing my compression stockings like with my bras and my underwear and my other delicates. So I'm typically okay with that because a lot of that other stuff, like my bras, are also in these bags because I don't want them to get damaged. So I feel like it's okay to wash it with other items, but like, you don't want to wash it with anything that's gonna snag it. Like, I make sure that I put my bras in a bag too, because obviously my bras have clips. So the idea is, if you're going to lump your stockings into a washing machine, make sure you're washing it with items that won't damage them. Okay, so next I had to really educate myself on this because I thought that it was okay to wash my compression garments with my generic store detergents, and it's not. When you're cleaning your compression stockings, you really do want to stay away from softeners, whiteners, brighteners, and things that are going to, once again, compromise the integrity of, the fibers that go into creating these stockings. I don't use fabric softeners when I clean my compression garments. It just isn't necessary, and I have them and I really want to get as much use out of them as I can. It really is important to treat them as delicates, treat them as, items that cannot be compromised when it comes to how you treat them altogether, from how you put them on to how you wear them to how you clean them. It is important that we keep that in mind as being, people who have lymphedema, people who are living with this condition and want to treat it so that it doesn't get out of hand. So if you've made it this far to the end of this video, I thank you for being here. I hope that this video was helpful and that you were able to pick up some tips and maybe learn something that you didn't know about your compression garment maintenance. I am going to leave links to the Juzo website below. They also do make their own detergent. I am also going to make sure that I link those donning gloves because they are super helpful when it comes to putting on the compression garments. And Juzo is just really like the Mercedes-Benz of compression garments, and I am just super grateful to them for partnering with me on this video, and also just for everything that they do for the lymphedema community. They really do create some amazing products, and I am able to live a full life confidently because of these compression stockings. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.